Alright guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of Every Kick. It is another week, and of course that means we go through all of last week's main headlines and news within the football world and talk about them in this video. Now I did say last time what I do want to do, and that's going to be coming up maybe in next week's episode, is basically what I do is I scroll through Sky Sports News' feed and take some of the big headlines from there. What I want to start doing as well now is getting bits of rumours in from other places as well. Not just that, but get some fans' thoughts and opinions on stuff. So you post something on Twitter, I probably will message you first just to make sure it's okay that I put it in a video, because obviously the last thing I want is to have a million little copyright strikes and stuff that are going to affect obviously when I try and get my monetization back. But anyway, that's going to be going forward. I'm working on how to do that soon. It's very hard for me at the minute because obviously I'm very busy and I don't just dedicate myself to football and football news and stuff, but obviously I work as well. I go out a lot and it's hard to keep up to date with everything, but I'm sort of starting to develop a way on how I can do that, and that is with help of some other people as well that kind of help me with the background of the channel. But anyway, start off with this little rumour here. So talking about Lucas Torreira from Sampdoria. Now he's been heavily linked with Arsenal this summer, which is great. I mean, I was really impressed with his performances in the World Cup. And Torreira's dad actually spoke out and said Lucas is close to signing for Arsenal, but he will decide after Uruguay's World Cup campaign. This was said last week, and obviously now Uruguay are now out of the World Cup, so I hopefully within the next week or two we should know for sure if this guy is going to be coming to Arsenal. It did look all good, but obviously he might have attracted interest from elsewhere. You just don't know. But yeah, I would definitely welcome this guy to Arsenal. I was really, obviously I didn't really know much about him until we were linked with him. Then when I was watching him in the World Cup, he's played some really good stuff, and I think he could be the type of midfielder that we need at Arsenal. Especially, I think he would be a good replacement for Wilshere, in all honesty. He reminds me of Wilshere in a way. Watford announced the signing of left-back Adam Messina from Bologna on a 5-year contract. And Stoke are in talks with Bournemouth to sign goalkeeper Adam Federici on a permanent basis. Finally, Arsenal announced the signing of Greek defender Socrates. Are you ready for this? Papastathopoulos, I hope I pronounced that right. I think I nailed that. From Borussia Dortmund for an undisclosed fee. A really good signing, I think. Continue to be impressed, to be honest, with the Emery and his new vision of the club. And do you know what I really like as well is we've got the young Mavropanos coming up from who we bought last season, but he's obviously a young Greek defender, and I think him working alongside someone with the experience that Socrates has, I think that's going to develop him really well, and really excited. I'm glad that we've strengthened certain areas that I feel like we've needed to. Crystal Palace defender Joel Ward signed a new contract with the club, which expires in 2021. Midfielder Ruben Neves signed a new 5-year contract with Wolves for their new season, obviously after gaining promotion to the Premier League. And Celtic have a bid for Hibs midfielder John McGinn rejected. And Newcastle are in talks to sign Nice forward Alassane Plea. I think I pronounced that right. I think that's how you pronounce it. If you're English, I think you pronounce it as plea, but I think it's actually pronounced as player. I hope so. Callum Chambers signed a new long-term contract with Arsenal. I was really pleased with this. I think it's good that we're keeping a young English player, and he's trying to. Emery said that he wants to build around the likes of Ramsey and Aubameyang, and it was nice, I think, as well to keep Ramsey. But for Chambers, I actually thought Chambers was out because I think Fulham were interested in signing him, but Emery said no, he really likes Chambers and he wants Chambers to be pushing to get into the first team next season. So really good, and I really admire how Emery's gone about things so far. I really appreciate that he's like respected. I feel like he really has. I know the Wilshere thing is kind of throws this a bit, but I think what you have to remember is like Wilshere leaving was Wilshere's choice. Emery said to Jack that, you know, your contract's still there, the contract that was initially put in by Wenger, and I think it's what the board developed, not really Wenger. But yeah, he said the contract still stands, but he was honest with him. He said, listen, you're going to have to fight for a place to get into the team. Like, you're not going to walk into this team. You're not going to get as much play time as you think. And I think that's really fair. I think Emery just showed a bit of professionalism. He was very open and honest. He said, look, you know, we want to like advance as a club and move forward. We can't have players that can just walk into a side. No top club has, you know, unless they're world-class players like your Hazards and De Bruyne and Silva and, you know, Aguero, etc. You don't have players that can just walk in like that. You need to have competition. That's what makes a good team at the end of the day, and I totally agree with it. And then obviously Jack decided he's at a point where he needs more regular play time, so be it at the end of the day. But I'm really impressed with Emery. I think he's really respected the club's roots in terms of this like British core that we've got again now with Chambers, Holding, obviously Ramsey, and I hope that he does stick to it, and I hope that it does work out as well. Cardiff City defender Joe Bennett signed a new contract until 2021. Finally, Riyad Mahrez seems to be getting the move that he's wanted for a while now. No offence to any Leicester fans here, but you know, sees it for a couple of years now, well, a couple of seasons or transfer windows. He's put in a transfer request, but like had it rejected, I think. Obviously wanted to move away, but you can't take away the fact that he still performed for Leicester. He still carried on, even though he wants to step up now, play for get into Europe, and it's fair enough. He's a very good player at the end of the day. But yeah, Mahrez is set to have a medical at Man City this week, after Leicester accept a bid in a region of £60 million for the Algerian winger. Chelsea and Barcelona are continuing talks over a transfer for Willian after Chelsea rejected a bid in the excess of £50 million for him. I think in all honesty, when you got Mahrez going to Man City for like 60 million, I would class Willian as a bit better than Mahrez. I think he would definitely deserve 60 million for him, equal or if not more than Mahrez. That's just my opinion, but I do think that, to be honest. West Brom have signed goalkeeper Sam Johnston from Manchester United for an undisclosed fee. I thought this one was a little bit strange. Man United have signed goalkeeper Lee Grant from Stoke City for an undisclosed fee. What the hell do Man United want with Lee Grant? Like, I'm not knocking the guy, but you're not David De Gea. Romero, right? That's his name. You know, I was a bit shocked about this one, in all honesty. West Ham United make a bid in the region of £20 million for Sporting Lisbon midfielder Bruno Fernandes. Scott Parker has been appointed the first team coach at Fulham. And Real Madrid, after realms of speculation, Real Madrid have denied agreeing a world record fee for transfer fee with PSG for Kylian Mbappe. Lots of speculation about him moving over to Spain. And like I say, yeah, for Real Madrid. But Real Madrid have denied it. Is it just mind games though? Not too sure. Or maybe they can't announce anything officially until after France's World Cup campaign. Or maybe Real Madrid are waiting to see what happens with this guy. It is reported that Real Madrid are considering an offer in the region of £88 million from Juventus for Cristiano Ronaldo. I tell you, flipping what, guys, it will be weird to see Ronaldo play in any other shirt. Like, obviously, I still feel weird to think about when he was at Man United and seeing him at Man United, but to see him in a Juventus shirt would just look so strange. So strange. Crystal Palace goalkeeper Wayne Hennessy signed a new 3-year deal with the club. And West Ham hold talks with Jack Wilshere over a potential move. I think that's pretty much now. I think he's already passed his medical, so I think that'll be announced this coming week. So that'll be covered in next week's episode of Every Kick, guys. So stay tuned, stick around, hit that subscribe button. Real Sociedad are close to signing midfielder Mikel Merino from Newcastle United for a fee around £10 million. Watford sign winger Ken Sema, I think that's pronounced, or Sema, from Östersunds on a 5-year contract. And Torino are one of a number of clubs interested in Watford midfielder Roberto Pereira. Some excellent news for Fulham fans last week. Captain Tom Kearney signed a new 5-year contract with the club, I think following their promotion to the Premier League. In all honesty, right, when I first heard of Kearney, I think it was a couple of seasons ago. He had an amazing season. I know he had a good season last season, and he still stayed loyal because I think Fulham were close last season. So this season they've got one better to close and have actually managed to get promotion. And that's why he's saying. And do you know what? Fair play to him though, because I know he was linked with like West Ham, who are obviously big rivals to Fulham. And I just have to say, like, hats off to him for staying. Really good news for Fulham, and I'm really excited. I keep saying this, but I'm so buzzing for the new season. Goalkeeper Ben Foster rejoins Watford on an initial 2-year contract. And Brighton signed Brazilian defender Bernardo from RB Leipzig on a 4-year deal. And Everton have rejected a bid from RB Leipzig for Ademola Lookman. The Bournemouth striker Callum Wilson signs a new 4-year contract with the club. Very good player, actually. Ruined by injuries, but he's managed to stay fit now. So I think that's really good news for Bournemouth. Mauro Zarate signed with Boca Juniors from Watford on a permanent deal. I remember when this guy was at West Ham and you had bloody Spencer Owen making videos calling him the Zarate kid. And now he's at Boca Juniors. Nottingham Forest signed striker Lewis Graben from Bournemouth on a 4-year deal. Gianluigi Buffon has signed a 1-year contract with PSG. Again, this goes back to like the whole Ronaldo thing. It's just going to be so weird seeing him represent somebody else. And Arsenal are in talks to sign Steven Nzonzi from Sevilla. Nzonzi, obviously, I'm pretty sure he was bought by Emery for Sevilla. And it looks like Emery wants him again. Seems to have a very good relationship with the new Arsenal boss. And could well be at the Emirates next season. And Reading have had a bid for Coventry striker Mark McNulty accepted. And West Ham have made a £17.5 million bid for Borussia Dortmund forward Andrei Yarmolenko. Obviously, guys, the big question is football really coming home? England, you know what, the England-Sweden game I actually predicted would be a pretty close one. It was, no offence to any Swedish fans or viewers watching, but it was anything but. Like, I was so impressed with the way that England played. We had numerous chances in that game. We come away with a 2-0 win, which is fantastic anyway, to keep a clean sheet as well in a quarter-final is brilliant. But not just that, like the way that we played, attacking football, the chances that we created, we could have won, 3 or 4-0 maybe. but fantastic. And well done to this guy as well, Harry Maguire. Credit where credit's due. This guy once tweeted about how a couple of years ago he was on a lad's holiday with his mates. Well, a sort of lad's holiday, but watching England with his mates, his brothers and cousins and mates. And then now to be playing for England, and he's got his mates and his family watching him now is just surreal. And fair play to him in his journey, and congratulations to him on getting a goal for England in the World Cup. And Arsenal are also in talks to sign Lorient midfielder Matteo Guendouzi, I think that's pronounced. I don't really know an awful lot about this guy, I'm not going to lie. Be interesting to see how this pans out. And to finish us off, guys, Southampton have agreed an £18 million fee for Borussia Mönchengladbach defender Yannick Vestergaard. That is all from me for now, guys. It's been a very active, busy week in regards of transfers. I feel like there's so many transfers to talk about at the minute. But anyway, thank you all very much for watching the video. I hope you all have enjoyed it. If you have, make sure you leave it a big thumbs up. And of course, subscribe if you are new here today, or you're not subscribed already. Help us advance further into reaching my big goal. Really is 10k. I think once I've reached 10k subs, that's huge. That's gonna be huge. That's like that first, you know, we're on 2/10 of that right now with 2,000 subscribers. So yeah, it's gonna be huge, and I really hope that we could hit it soon. But anyway, all that aside from now anyway, I will be back of course next week with another episode of Every Kick, hopefully a more kind of developed episode in a way which I'm hoping to get some of your guys' thoughts and opinions. So feel free to mention me on Twitter and send me some thoughts and opinions on any trending topics, and I will throw in your comments and thoughts in next week's episode. You can also get in touch by commenting down below as well, just sending in any opinions that we can follow up on. But that is all from me for now, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all next week, hopefully.